So, a couple months back, I started this series called Services of Amtrak, and the first one was the Piedmont, but I realized learning more about the Piedmont that I kind of got most of the information wrong. Well, not the information wrong, but it wasn't really that well done. It was short as well, and shorter than the other ones. So, today I came back, and I wanted to do a remake on Services of Amtrak 1, the Piedmont. So this is going to be Services of Amtrak 1, again, the redo. This is not Services of Amtrak 4. Services of Amtrak 4 might still be the Vermonter, but I need to get this out, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do with Services of Amtrak 4. But for right now, let's go ahead and jump into Services of Amtrak 1 redo, the Piedmont. First off, if you're new and want to learn about the Piedmont, you're probably thinking right now, what the is it? And if you're wondering, that was perfectly aligned with the background. I have no idea how I actually managed that, but, I mean, I'll take it. Anyway, the Piedmont is a Amtrak service known as the commuter rail, I would say, for North Carolina, running daily through Raleigh to Charlotte. And every day, it serves trains 71 through 78. All those trains go between Raleigh to Charlotte. All the trains they operate is 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78. Those all go through that schedule. After 6:30, Amtrak Piedmont 71 is the first one to operate. And then at 11 p.m., Amtrak Piedmont 78 arrives in Raleigh for its final destination. After 11 p.m. at every day, the trains will stop running for their rest, and then at 6:30 they continue the next day. And if you're wondering, usually if you're new, I do this thing. It's called, roll the clip, where I show a clip of what I've caught of the Amtrak services that we're explaining. But this background for the train, that is my video. This entire thing is my video, so I don't have to do it this time because all these Amtrak Piedmont trains in the background, they're mine. I recorded them myself, and it's just bunched into a big compilation, which actually, this compilation is on my YouTube channel. It's back. It's called Amtrak Piedmont Comp, so if you want to find it, just go to my videos, and it should be a couple months back. But anyway, continuing on. So, what are their engines and stock? What do they use to run their trains? Well, they use Amtrak F59 PHs and F59 PHIs. The F59 PH is what you're seeing in the background right now, and then the F59 PH you'll see in a second, and I'll say when because I don't want to put a picture in, but because it's coming up. But in the meantime, they use coaches that were retired from Union Pacific and KCF. And speaking of, there's the F59 PHI in the background right there. They only have 2 F59 PHIs, and I think they have, at least 10 or something F59 PHs. But usually they have been using P42s, 3 of them loaned, because most of their F59 PHs have been in a little bit of accidents, so they're running low on locomotives. So these are just backups right now, in case they're just going to keep these forever and use them. Because honestly, you don't really need to, I would say the P42s are dying out, kind of. ALCs are taking over, so you don't really need to give them back. But Amtrak and SNC Department of Transportation, my bad, I was just grooving out there. I don't know how to speak, but yeah. So anyway, now I'll announce every single one of their locomotives. Okay, so this is all of their engines, and we're going to be starting with the F59 PHIs. So they have cab control units, which are just cab cars, I would say, I guess, and then they have actual engines for F59 PHIs. So we have cab control unit 101, 102, 103, 105. Then we have F59 PHI 1810, City of Greensboro, 1859, City of High Point, 1869, City of Durham, 1871, Town of Cary, 1893, City of Burlington, and then 1984, City of Kannapolis. Moving on to the F59 PHIs that they own. 1755, City of City of Salisbury, and then 1797, City of Asheville, which in HO scale, they sell the F59 PHIs. They sell both of them, 1755 and 1797. I own 1797, and I plan to get some coaches to finish off my set. But anyway, moving on. These don't run anymore, and so that's why I didn't put them on the like their engines. But they used to own GP40s, which I'll put up an image right now. So there's that, and they owned 2 of them. I don't know if they're still around, but they might be in a yard. Who knows? They probably got scrapped, actually. But they had 1768 City of Charlotte and 1792 City of Raleigh. So that's why there's no Union stations and like any of the all the other locomotives have like city or town. That's why they didn't have like town or city of both the Union stations.
And I'll say the trains, because I'm not going to do the times, because it'll just make this video like 20 minutes longer.
Okay, this is the southbound schedule, stopping at all 9 stops. The southbound schedule starts, the southbound trains start from Raleigh and go to Charlotte. So they depart Raleigh, then they go to Cary, then Durham, then Burlington, then Greensboro, then High Point, then Salisbury, then Kannapolis, and then they arrive at their final destination, Charlotte. I would really likely quick to say that they operate 4 northbound trains a day and 4 southbound trains a day. Anyway, this is the northbound schedule, and they start at Charlotte, depart, they head towards Kannapolis, then Salisbury, then High Point, then Greensboro, then Burlington, then Durham, then Cary, and then they arrive at their final destination, Raleigh. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the schedules, and if you want, you can read the times, but I'm going to say, like, northbound or southbound, since I just told you the schedule, but the times will just be on the other side, and if you want, you can look at them and see what they are. So, I'm going to show 71 now. What could they do to improve this Amtrak commuter rail, I would say? Yeah, I'm going to call it a commuter rail because it's basically kind of. But anyway, what could they do to improve it? Well, one thing they could do is don't get rid of the P42s. I like them running with them. They actually look pretty good together. If you want, maybe you can throw on some paint or something, because keep them. Because what if your bus or trains keep on getting into accidents? Maybe you can even, guys, like expand the fleet of P42s and give it to them, because you guys are going to stop using P42s mainly for trains anyway, so what's the point of keeping them and just throwing them away and scrapping them? Because the Amtrak Piedmont's desperate. Well, whatever they want, not desperate, it's still running perfectly fine. Although, another thing they could do is maybe make their trains on time. I know it's kind of hard to make trains on time because you can never predict the speed or anything. Like, because I've rail fanned the Piedmont once, and the train was 14 minutes late. Another time it was, like, 15 minutes late. Another time it was like 20. They can just be really late, but one time, actually I know, like, I'd say like 5 times or something, the trains were early. Like, one of the times they were like 4 minutes early. Another time they were like 5 minutes early, so good job for that. But maybe you can also like fix up the coaches or something. But I mean, the coaches don't really matter. The insides look fine. But I'm just saying, like, about the outside, you could like maybe like fix up the rust on it. And then another thing you could do is maybe add train 70 to the list, and just when you redo the schedule, make it start running at 6, and then 71 could just be the same at that time. And that's all I think they should do to improve it. Well, that's all I got. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe and share this with somebody who would maybe enjoy this. And comment in below if you've ever rail fanned the Amtrak Piedmont, and if not, still, I would say it's a pretty good commuter rail for Amtrak, because it's still operates 8 trains, which some of the Amtrak rails only do like not that much, trains running. But they do 8, which is near, I would say, more than some of their popular, what is it called? Commuters. No, not commuters, They're expensive rails. They have a lot of expensive rails, but the expensive rails they only run like 2 trains a day for the expensive rails. But this one, if you want to take a full ride, a whole 3-hour ride with free Wi-Fi and reclining seats, Only costs you about $30. I would say it's a pretty good deal. But anyway, enough talk about the pricing. I need to end this video because this is actually like the longest one I've ever done yet. But if you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.